Hey guys, Joe34 back again. Just wanted to film this quick little vid, doing a quick review on this pretty cool Freddy I just got in from Dark Custom Figures. Looking pretty cool here, and this is his Freddy from Part 4, Nightmare on Elm Street 4 Dream Master. That's this version. There's the glove. Pretty cool. Sweater is awesome. Pants. It's got the Freddy shoes, and the hat, which is pretty accurate. It's kind of like a rubbery, latexy kind of material, so it's flexible, but it's pretty cool. That kind of completes the look. So yeah, this is available. He sells them on eBay, but I think he also advertised on. He shows his work on Instagram as well under a different name, and I don't remember the name at the moment because I've pretty much followed him mainly on eBay, and I know him as Dark Custom Figures. That's generally what he goes by. But what I'm going to do is, when I edit this video, right now as I'm saying this, I'm going to put his Instagram name on here in case you want to follow him on there as well. And he does pretty decent work. I mean, he does pretty good work. He's been coming up strong lately and having a lot of stuff available on eBay. And I saw that he had a few versions of Freddy, and I already have several Freddys in my collection as far as like Beta Mortali stuff. I have in Once Customs. You know, I have like a Part 1, a Part 2, Part 3. So he's the only guy I know right now that was, you know, making I guess technically a Part 4. So I figured I'd give that a shot. And I have another friend. I know somebody else that has one of these and looked pretty good. So I took a chance. The prices are very reasonable, not very, very fair, not overpriced at all. And like I said, he does make multiple versions of these, so I guess like he does like Part 1s, he does Part 2s, so so if you don't want this version, check out his eBay listings. He has other Freddys available that he does as well. So paintwork is pretty good. The sculpting's pretty good. I mean, it definitely has a Part 4 look to it as far as the portrait. You could definitely see Robert Englund in there. Paintwork is pretty good, right? It's got the different coloring and the shadings in there. It's really nice. I'm most impressed with is the sweater. I mean, as you know, the sweater is always a challenge, and there's been some hit and misses, but I would say this is definitely a hit. From what I know, Dark Customs does all this himself. I don't think he has a tailor. I think he does it. At least that's what I've been told. So this is basically his work, and this is like a newer version, I think, of the sweater, or one he recently started to use. So moving forward, this is I think his template. So really nicely, it fits very well to the body. It's got that slim look, then the body type and the figure he's using underneath the body definitely has a nice Robert Englund kind of shape to it. Like I said, the glove is nice. The blades are nice. They're nicely done, painted very well to look like steel. I don't know. I can't tell if they're really metal or not, but they definitely look metal either way. The paintwork is really nice. So there's the bottom of the glove. There's the glove. And the pants are cool. They're weathered really nicely. The weathering's really nicely done on it. So really, really good. Really well done. I'm really impressed. Like I said, Dark Customs has kind of, come up from nowhere. Don't really know too much about him, but I've talked to him through eBay. He's pretty nice, pretty cool to deal with. And again, he does a lot of characters. I also got a Pretty Woman Leatherface sculpt from him just recently, so I'm going to show that too in a minute. So I figured since I'm doing a video on him, I'll review both pieces. So I'll show you that in a second. So give me 1 sec here. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is the Pretty Woman Leatherface that I recently put together. And the topper, the head sculpt, is done by, once again, Dark Customs figures. So that's why I wanted to show this along with the Freddy. So this is a pretty good head sculpt. And I believe this is a newer version. He had made another version, I think, that was a little different, and he improved upon it. And when I bought this one, this was supposedly like a newer version that actually is like a mask that is on a head sculpt. So like this is kind of like rubbery, or like it does feel like an actual mask kind of thing. It's got the strings here, which is impressive. It's got the makeup, you know, the bluish green eyeliner, and the lipstick on the lips. I did add I did add a little more white shading to it to kind of have that white powdery makeup that he put on it, because it was a little tan, and so I kind of wanted to add a little more of that touch of white. He did mention that he doesn't do that because I guess he gotten complaints about it looking too white or something from another customer, he said. So he figured he would just go more neutral, kind of like a tan brown, and then leave it up to the buyer. So I added a little more white to it, you know, just in spots, just to give it a more of that whitish effect. And it kind of has a little bit of a contrast with the skin underneath. So you could tell the difference of where the mask is versus where the holes are that his skin from underneath are showing through. So really impressive. Now, the only ding I would give him, you know, to be fair, because this is a review, you know, not really crazy about the hair. I mean, the hair is okay and it works, and I kind of futzed with it a bit, but I don't know what kind of hair this is. It's not really like mohair or hair that you would, you know, normally see on other like head sculpts. So my suggestion to him would be maybe to use better hair, more like what other artists use, like I guess the mohair is what they would call it. But with that being said, I mean, you know, that's a nitpick. It's not like, you know, it's not a deal breaker or anything. It still looks good. It still captures the look of this mask. And like I said, the sculpt on the mask itself is really nice. I mean, it's very superior. I haven't seen many that look this good, with the exception of maybe one or two out there. And it really does capture Pretty Woman, you know, Leatherface. Now, basically, I'll give a shout out also to Unleashed Viper Customs, aka Dan Castro. He did, me and a friend commissioned the suit from him, which is the jacket and the pants. And he also threw in a shirt too, which I'm going to use for another Leatherface custom, because I do actually like the Threezero shirt. So basically, the foundation of this figure, the chainsaw, the bracelet on the wrist here, and the tie and the shirt, and the body is from the Threezero Leatherface figure, you know, which is the Bubba version, you know, the standard version. So wasn't really crazy overall with that. Overall, I didn't like the apron. Wasn't too keen on the sculpt, so I decided to use the body and the shoes, you know, and the chainsaw as a base and obviously the bracelet to transform into another version, to the Pretty Woman. So I replaced the apron with Dan Castro's suit, the shirt and pants, which is actually, he did it really nice. He made it big in size to fit these bigger bodies. And he also got the coloring pretty nice, with the suit being more of like a very dark navy blue, very dark blue, with the pants being more like on the black side, which is pretty accurate to the screen, you know, from what we could tell. And also the sleeves are up further. My friend Paul Manzi, I'm giving him a shout out. It was his idea to commission this, and he said, you know, he told him to have the suit kind of right up the arm a little bit, like in the movie where it doesn't completely fit him, so you can also see the chain and everything else, like you could on screen. So, and again, the chainsaw is Threezero. So it's the body and the base of it is Threezero, with Dan Castro's suit thrown on, and the topper being Dark Custom figures. So there you go. That's my Pretty Woman. I'm pretty impressed with it. Overall, I really do like the way it came out. There might be a couple more things I'm going to do to this, you know, before I consider it really the complete. But for right now, you know, this is my most current representation of Pretty Woman. So I'm really happy with that. So I wanted to show that really quick, since it does relate, since Dark Customs does these, and he also does head sculpts of these and full figures of these. And I think he mentioned he might do full figures of Leatherface as well. So we could look, you know, keep an eye on that if you're interested. I think he said he's going to do all 3 versions, like the Bubba, the Pretty Woman, and the Grandma version. So that should be interesting because I've never really seen that, that version too much. In addition to, Dark Customs gave me an extra head sculpt, with the deal that we made, and he sent me this in addition to, so you can see the difference. This is more of, I believe, a part 1 Freddy, and so I'm going to take this hat off real quick so you could see. So just to show you again the variety that he does make multiple versions, of the Freddy, so you can see the difference. There's definitely a difference between, part 1 and part 4. And again, he does a part 3 and a part 2 as well. So, check him out. It's a safe bet. The prices are fair. Like I said, he does most of his sales through eBay. I don't know if he's on Instagram. I don't know if he does sales through Instagram or if he strictly does eBay. But he does eBay. So I would say you could take a chance and try him out. Buy a figure. He does some like concept and custom Michael Myers. He does a variety of other things. So I would say there's still room for improvement. I'm not going to gloat too much. But for the price and for what you're getting and in the time frame, it's pretty good. So he does make them to order. So you're going to wait a little bit. He doesn't always have them pre-made. I mean, I think he'll specify if he does. Otherwise, when you buy one through eBay, you have to wait a few weeks, for him to to build it up and complete it. But so far, it seems okay. You get it, and you get it within a reasonable time compared to, waiting like, a long time for, artists to make these, full figures. So I guess not too bad. So again, Dark Custom Figures. There's the Leatherface sculpt. He's going to be doing, I'm sure, more stuff. So, keep an eye on his eBay listings. And, it's not a bad deal. So that's it. Just a quick review of all that. Wanted to show you that. And, and here's his COA, Dark Custom Figures, Certificate of Authenticity. And according to this is Freddy 4, and this is his number 25. So apparently he's made a lot of these. So there you go. All right, guys. Till next time, JoeBiz34. Peace out.